What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing like a hands-on or like slight 1 week in review on the Anbernic rg35xx. Let me turn it on. And I'm just going to be talking about like what I think about the device and how it's been doing and just my personal thoughts. So as you guys can see, this is running Garlic OS. I installed this almost immediately. I am running a two-method system. So the first one right here is the operating system on the first SD. It's a 16 gig. What is it? 16 gig. What's that brand? I don't know. Samsung, and then the other one is SanDisk. Yeah. So the 16 gig is SanDisk, and then the 128 is a Samsung Evo, I believe. So as you guys can see, it's been a couple weeks now that I've had this, and I'm just gonna give you guys like my thoughts and impressions and what I think about the device itself, what you can do with the software once loaded up. So as you guys can see, Garlic OS is pretty bare bones, but it's efficient and I like it. Right here you have your consoles. I put up to PlayStation 1 games. I think that's that one, yeah, PlayStation. So I got a bunch of those games, and it runs them pretty good. Haven't had any main issues with any of the games. I have the FPS counter on the bottom, and they're all hitting 60 FPS, so that's pretty good. What else can I talk about? Well, this isn't really about the software, so let's go back to like the device itself. So that could be like battery life. Battery life has been pretty good, I guess, for the device that it is. Like I'm getting an average of 2.5 to 3 hours of battery life, and that's playing like a PlayStation game. I've been playing Chrono Trigger on it. 2.5 to 3 hours, and the standby mode is really good. Like you just pop it like that, and the battery just basically stays almost like it doesn't drain at all. You really don't have too much drain. It is running Garlic OS 1.49, so I don't know if that attributes to some of the reason why the battery drain isn't that bad. But the buttons are clicky. They're nice and tactile. Yeah, you can hear the buttons are pretty good. I guess one of my main gripes about this product is, I guess this is probably an issue with people that played like the OG Game Boy, the Game Boy SP or whatever it was called. Cause this after a couple hours of gaming gets a little bit uncomfortable. I feel like it's a little cramped. And I don't know if that's just because I really haven't been playing it for months and my hands haven't adjusted, and it kind of like it's an awkward position, and it's gonna take some time for me to get used to that. But I do feel like I can only play for like an hour or two before I have to like take a break and stretch out my hands and do something else, because the placement of the fingers is like a little cramped in my opinion. And yeah, so if that might be a personal thing, that's why I'm saying it's a personal gripe that I have with it. I don't know if a lot of people have that issue with it. I haven't had any issues with the speaker or I haven't really tried the HDMI out, but I probably won't, because that defeats the purpose of why I bought this device. I bought this device to take it out and not just play indoors. I have other stuff I want to play indoors. Volume up here on the left side, pretty good. Speakers are a decent sound. I think it's coming out from right there. I love the transparent purple case that I got with it. The color that I chose gives it a nice retro nostalgic look, and I really dig that. We have four what is this, back triggers, I guess, or back bumps or whatever. You have the L1, L2, R1, R2, and I think the R2s are for the two buttons are the PlayStation 1 games, so that they're compatible with it. But these are also a little weird to access while you're playing, I guess, a little bit slightly. The screen is pretty good. I don't know how to increase the brightness on that actually, but let me look through the settings right here. Yeah, I don't know. Garlic OS is still new to me, so like it's gonna be some time before I'm fully fluid with the OS. What else can I talk about? Battery life, the screen. I'm not playing in the sun, like I said. I'm just playing indoors in a building or like at home. Not really playing out in the like on walks or in the sun or anything like that. So I can't really give you guys an accurate description about what I think about the display. But indoors it does just fine. I don't have any complaints with it. Battery life, like I said, depending on the game you're playing, is between 2 to 3 hours. I do wish it was kind of longer, like 3 to 5, or I don't know, 4 to, I don't know, 3 to 5 is a decent number, but unfortunately, they did come out with a rg35xx plus, I think, recently, probably like within a couple weeks, and I know that that one has around a 3,300 milliamp hour battery, which is getting on the reviews, I think like 3 to 4 or 5 hours, depending on the game. It all kind of depends on the game that you're playing and the OS you're running, to seeing how intense it is and how much background usage it does, even when you're not playing games, and the drain and stuff like that. But I picked this up for, what was it, like 40 bucks, 35 bucks with shipping on GeekBuy. So I'm not really disappointed with my purchase. I'm kind of like, oh wow, I could have kind of just, you know, waited a little bit, but who knows, when these things drop like weird times, there's no really a set release schedule like that. But that just means you guys can probably pick these rg35xx on sale a lot more now. You're not going to be paying like 50-60 bucks, or you shouldn't be paying 50-60 bucks. You could probably find this cheaper. I know on Amazon they're like averaging like 70 bucks, 75. But now that the new model came out, hopefully it'll drop the Amazon price as well, because of the convenience of the 1 or 2 day shipping, depending on if you have Prime or not. Really solidifies the deal to me, because I waited over 2 weeks, I think, for this product off of like a sketchy website with like probably no returns. If I really were to you know, go through that whole process, I feel like it'd be such a hassle. I wouldn't even bother returning it, just kind of take my loss with that. But yeah, the device has been really good. The performance is good, the battery life is decent, the screen is good. The ergonomics of it are a little off, but you know, what can you do when you're playing on a portable device like that? I have seen the ones that go like this, like slightly like longer like that, and I feel like those would probably be more ergonomics. They're more like Switch like / Steam Deck looking type. But yeah, I don't know, I'm having a good time with it. If you guys want to see any specific games on there, let me just go through the consoles I have. This is arcade, Atari, I don't know what that one is, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, GG, I don't know what that one is, MD, don't know that one, Neo Geo. Yeah, all these, I have all these right here. And I have like, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, because a lot of YouTubers, when I was looking this up, don't really talk about where they get their games from, because technically they're not really buying the games. You're kind of just ripping them online. But I did get the Tiny Best Set Go file from Tiny Best Set Go Games. I think it's Tiny Best Set Games or something like that. It was like Retro R Games, something like that. But I got the 128 gig version of it, because since I got the bigger card, I wanted to fill it up. And I think most of the games that took up the most space were probably PlayStation 1 games. So like, if I go to Game Boy Advance, there's like a lot of games in this one, and they don't take too much space. So I think you can get away with, honestly, like a 64, because you really don't need that many. Like all these games are probably like not even a couple gigs, and then you have all these right here. If you guys want to see like a specific game in that list, just look it up and you'll see what list there is, and tell me the console, because I don't really like I just know the three basic ones in the PlayStation 1, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color. Those are the easy ones for me to remember. All the other ones are a little bit tricky for me. Just because I don't know where they're at, and there's no really a search function, but that's more of like an issue with Garlic OS, where I can make a video about specifically about my thoughts on Garlic OS versus, I guess, the stock OS. The stock OS did have a search bar feature in it, which was kind of cool because you could search up for any game, but I ended up switching it out because the SD card that it comes with isn't like name brand, so I've heard that they are prone to just failing after a couple months, so didn't want to lose all my progress on the games that I started. But yeah, so this was a short little review on the Anbernic rg35xx. Review on the device itself, sort of like a first impressions video on what I think about the device itself. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. If you guys want to see any specific games, please leave them down in the comments down below, and I will try to see if they're on the device. Because putting the games into the device was a little tricky for me. I'm not that computer savvy, so it took me a little bit of trial and error trying to get the games on there. But once I got them in there, I kind of figure it out. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see like a setup / tutorial on how to set up the ROMs and the stuff like that, I could try. I'm really not that good at explaining stuff, but I could just show you guys the way I did it. So see you guys in the next video. Peace.